So, as you all know, I'm out here on this Monday. I know that pandemic is going around. It's unfortunate that a lot of people have gotten sick. Fortunately for me, I've been fine. I'm out here as usual, doing what I do. And we're doing another Jeep SRT review. This is a 2014 model. 2014. Black Grand Cherokee SRT. Used to be formerly known as the SRT8, but same thing. We just call it the SRT now. We're up here at Ziegler Nissan in Lindenhurst, Illinois. And thanks to Alex for letting me check out this 14 Jeep SRT. And I'm going to go over a few different things that I didn't cover in the last video that I did with the Jeep SRT, starting with the tow hitch. The previous generation Jeep SRT, or the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8, the first gen, the WK1 from 2006 till about 2011, it had a tow hitch, but it wasn't automatically attached to the vehicle. It was an optional upgrade that you had to buy in order to add to the Jeep SRT, or Jeep SRT8, shall I say. So the first generation didn't come with the built-in tow hitch like this one does. It had two exhaust outlets right in the middle, right here. I'm sure you all have seen that before. The newer Jeep SRTs come with dual exhaust, but they're separate, one on the right side here and another on the left with the tow hitch in the middle, which honestly I don't think is a bad idea. The signature dual centered exhaust was a signature to the Jeep, just like it is to a lot of other vehicles, but it's smarter for them to have done it like this now. It is. The towing capacity has increased. At first, for the Gen 1 Jeep SRT, it didn't tow that much. I think it could only tow like 2,000 pounds. It's very lowly rated. It wasn't rated that well for towing. Now, with this newer model from 2014, like I said, the 06 could only tow like 2,000 pounds. It was less than 3,000 pounds. Pretty low. It was like 2,500 or 2,000, something not impressive. This now tows well over 5,000 pounds last time I checked. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's well over 5,000 pounds. It's a lot better how an SUV should be. I know the SS Trailblazer could tow more than the Jeep SRT8 could during its time, but they've improved that. That's good. Now this, actually, I'm not sure what this is. I'm curious as to know what this is. Some kind of connector here for something electrical. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe it's for tow lights or something. Maybe it's for some extra power to be diverted from the vehicle to whatever device is being towed, with some lights on the back of it, I guess. So, as we know, standard here, we have this large, large oversized wing spoiler, like a lot of newer SUVs have. All of them have it. You can see that right here, this Nissan SUV has that large, spoiler on the back. This MDX does. That Cadillac SUV. We live in a time where SUVs are the main thing Americans want now. They were the most popular type of the most popular type of vehicle that people want nowadays, that Americans want. They prefer SUVs over any other type of vehicle. They prefer SUVs more than sedans. They prefer SUVs over trucks. They prefer SUVs over compact cars. SUVs right now are selling more than anything. So if I'm going to have an SUV, it needs to be something that is worth me having, which would be something like this. So now we can go ahead and actually get inside of here. Well, no, you know what? First I'm going to pop the hood, as I usually do, which again, as usual, we always kind of go over the engine bay. And for some reason it shut off. I think I know why. It has to do with the remote start. So you can see here, this one has these, honeycomb scoops in them, air scoops. Again, it's shaped like a honeycomb. on both sides there. You know, it's functional for air. Honeycomb plastic right here. You know, the 2014 I think looks a little bit different from the 2017 and 18, just a tiny bit, not too much. And then the 2012 obviously looks very similar, but there are some key differences as well. So I'm gonna go in here and pull this up. With the last Jeep SRT that I did a review on, it was a 2017. This one has, you know, the upgraded interior trim, which is, you know, the same color tan interior that was also found in the SRT manual 6-speed Challenger that I had, the Dodge Challenger that I had briefly, that I, you know, got to play with. So, as usual, you have your 6.4 liter Hemi with these plastic covers over here. I don't know why they use this plastic here. I hate it. But again, you got the 6.4, and you all, like I said, have seen, some of you all have seen the Trackhawk video. If you haven't, go check out the Trackhawk video that I did. Go check out the other previous Jeep SRT video, and you're probably wondering, well, why am I doing another Jeep SRT video? And it's simply because, again, this one is a 2014. It has the very cool premium trim interior, and this video is different because I'm going to this time drive it around and let you all hear the GoPro pick up the exhaust engine noise. So 6.4 liter Hemi, plastic covers on both sides, you know, covering the where the cylinder blocks, the cylinder head, where the cylinders on each side are, so it's covering each side of the cylinder heads. And again, from the first gen, they should really go back to how they designed the engine covers like they did with the Gen 1 SRT. Of course, we have this plastic cover for the intake manifold. I don't like that. You know, it's kind of plain compared to how they used to do it. So you got all this plastic covering, you know, up these cylinder heads and everything. But anyway, as usual, we have this large, oversized stock air intake with the air box. Of course, you know, you get one of these, and, or shall I say, when I get one of these, the first thing I'll do is put a cold air intake on here. Another great modification will be an oil catch can. You know, what else would I do? I'm assuming some exhaust modification. You know, that's never a bad thing. But as far as doing some heavy modding, honestly, I think I would leave it not totally stock, but I wouldn't get too crazy. You know, not with this. You can see here, this represents where you know, can take, and as you see, I pulled that off like that to, you know, if somebody needs to jump, positive charge, you know, right there. And then negative will be right here. The picture shows you the negative symbol right there, and then shows you the positive one. Let's see what else we got here. And again, it's pretty much the same. Alternator right there, that's easy to find. And of course, again, dipstick, fuse box, coolant. What else do we have here? They put the power steering fluid up here. And of course, that shiny metal, well, aluminum looking shiny material is your firewall, heat shield. You know, what else do we have over here? We have AC compressor right there, all the way there. I don't know if you can see it, but let me put the phone down there further so you all can kind of see right there. AC compressor, not right there, but further down. If I go a little bit further, right there, not this one, but further down, you have your AC compressor. So, of course, windshield wiper fluid. That's pretty much it for engine bay. I mean, I don't really have to go over anything else. It's just basic layout. You know, the brake fluid goes right there. Pretty basic. So with this 392 6.4 liter Hemi, I noticed on the Dodge Durango they'll put a 392 badge on left and right side on the front fender right here. This is your left front fender, upper front fender. Well, left front fender by the left wheel. These are the standard 20-inch wheels that are, I'll call staggered. You know, they're a little bit staggered. This vehicle's been sitting for a while. You can see the, you know, the brake is kind of rusty. The disc is pretty rusty there. Of course, you got your Brembo. What else? If I'm not mistaken, these lights right here, this particular vehicle, this version has tinted, not so much, well, they're blacked out. They're blacked out, which is something I like. So, I think these are from the factory though. These are factory. Yeah, they are factory. But I guess it's an optional thing you can do with the front headlights is to have them blacked out from the factory. Because some of the other Jeeps that I've seen, the Jeep SRTs, they're not blacked out. You know, some of the accents aren't blacked out. So that's cool. It gives it a better appearance. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Gently press that down like that. And, you know, again, at the bottom here, more of this honeycomb stuff. That big thing is for radar. Then you got, of course, you know, these sensors for parking. You have this bulb here is part of the fog light system, fog lights. And I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get inside. But I'm going to start it up again right quick with the key. Again, you all are going to get a chance to hear the GoPro picking up exhaust sounds as I drive it. I'm going to go ahead and start it again. This is how you start it. You press this 2 times. Watch. Let me get back a little bit. And that's it. That's how you use a remote start. Now, what I'm going to do this time is, like I said, go over a few things that I missed. You just gently hold that for a second. And this one again is a higher trim level, higher optional trim package. You can see they have screens in the back, which is cool. The other one didn't. It was a plain base model. Well, not base model, but base trim. As usual, 12 volt DC power supply. Underneath here, it's got chrome. It's kind of lined in some kind of chromish / aluminum to make it look fancier. As you can see, I pull this up and we have another spare wheel. Spare tire and wheel. Spare wheel. You got the classic jack right there. You have some extra wiring for possibly maybe a radio replacement. I don't know for sure. There's a speaker. We go here and explore something else. What do you have? We push that. And what do we have? It looks like we have a flashlight. Let's see. I didn't notice this before. So according to this symbol, it's the flashlight. And it says push. And I'm pushing on it and yeah, so it's a flashlight. Look at that. How neat. You push it and it's an emergency flashlight. I didn't notice this with the other Jeeps before. Yeah, it's an emergency flashlight. So again, I'm going to go ahead and so yeah, you actually you push the side of it like this and it's an emergency flashlight. It's not super bright, but it's better than nothing. If somebody doesn't have flashlight, they can use this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here. Nice and easy, just like that. So I'm gonna lift this back down. It comes just with a few basic emergency things, and I'm gonna go ahead and let this back down so we can get in. Tap that, and even though this is a 2014 model, and you can see the backup camera right here, right there. Even though this is a 2014 model, the difference between this and a 2019 is pretty much nothing. It's minimal. So we'll go ahead and get in the back. Get in the back here. And you can see here, look how nice it is. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off this radio here for now, or just turn down the volume. And it's a nice place to be. Very nice place to be. So it has, I believe, a Blu-ray player package, which actually the Trackhawk that I was in, because I also did a separate Trackhawk video. The Trackhawk that I was in before had this same package. Blu-ray, not Bluetooth, built-in Blu-ray. You can see HDMI right there, so people can play video games in here, hook up smartphones, all kinds of devices, as long as they have the main HDMI out connector. Then they can, you know, utilize these screens to hook up whatever device they want to be displayed on both of these displays right here. It's not touchscreen, as you can see right there, but it still is pretty decent. So you fold that there, and it kind of aligns into place into the back of that seat. And I'm pretty sure this is a factory option. Yes, actually it is a factory option. It's not aftermarket. So in the older Jeep WK1, it had a let down DVD screen right here. It was really tiny. It was like 5 inches. Let me open this back up right quick. This, yeah, this is, see, you can see it's proprietary. This is standard from the factory. From here to here, I want to say it's about 8 inches. I think it's about an 8-inch screen. Yeah, about 8 inches. I'm pretty close. So again, it's got the, what's the proper word for this? Laguna leather? I guess you could call it beige Laguna leather trim. I mean, they have red Laguna leather. They have beige Laguna leather. And yes, this is a beige / tan. It looks like caramel. It's like a caramel color, really. This is a caramel color. It's beyond beige. It's actually lighter color. This is tan. Is a lighter color than this. So this isn't tan. It's almost like burnt orange. It's almost like a burnt orange / caramel color. So yeah, it's not tan, because tan is lighter than this. It's not beige. It's actually like a caramel color. Yeah, so it's like a caramel color. It's you know, let this open. You got cup holders here. Of course, you have your dual sunroofs, or dual moon roofs, shall I say? Sunroofs are a little bit smaller. Dual moon roofs, of course. And let me see if you can. I'm sure you can cover that up. Yeah, you can cover that up, which I'm gonna do that once I get in the front. So you can, what else can you do here? Airbag right on this side, airbag right there. It has a speaker right there in the back, a speaker right there, which is pretty cool. So we got 1, 2, how many speakers we got? How many speakers we got up in here? 3, 4. We got a couple speakers in here. We got a couple different speakers in here. So, you know, it's pretty cool. We have, this is standard, which I've gone over before. You can pack something in here, you know. USB, heated seats only. You can plug in something there, useful. That's pretty useful. Charge up a laptop or something. And the heat that comes out of here is pretty well. So the pseudo carbon fiber trim right here. Again, more of this kind of caramel color. It looks exactly like caramel, the candy color caramel. Let's see how many speakers we got. We have 1 tweeter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 speakers. It might be more, but I've counted 12 of them. So this is definitely a premium trim level package for a 2014. And again, this package looks better in this 2014 SRT Jeep than the 2017 model that I was in. If you go back and look at that video, it was very basic. It was the basic suede package. You know, and right here it was like a kind of off black suede with like soft kind of, almost like it was like suede it was suede, perforated suede, and then on the outside is just regular black kind of it almost felt like mushy cotton, and then the rest was sort of like suede. But this is all leather, premium real deal leather, white stitching, perforated leather, all leather, you know. So again, you got the holes there to let the heat, you know, permeate the chairs. And we're gonna go ahead and get in the front now. So again, you let that up. I'm gonna actually go and mess with some of the settings in the front. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Close that up. Go in the front. and get in here like this. And I don't know what this is though. I don't know what this is. Not sure who did what here, but that's not good. Let me see if I can chip that off. Okay, well, I guess it's just some paint, looks like. Yeah, it looks like some paint got underneath my nail. So, once again, pseudo carbon fiber trim, which it obviously is fake, but it still looks nice. We have launch mode, sport mode, auto, snow, which I'm going to go more into detail with at this time in this video. We're going to go and we're going to go ahead and actually turn it on. You can see right there, starts up like that. Grand Cherokee SRT. We're going to go ahead and pull this up. So you see I hold this right here, like that. Pull it up. And that's how you close it completely. That's that. So, once again, in the front, SRT stitching, this white SRT cotton stitching right here. You know, you can see here, once again, more perforated leather. This actually looks nicer than the trim in that red Trackhawk that I was in a couple days ago. And that Trackhawk did not have the optional entertainment package with the 2 displays on each driver's, I'm sorry, not driver's chair, front passenger and driver's chair. So again, it did not have the extended entertainment package, which again, each entertainment system or display is attached to both the front drivers, which, I mean, there's no front driver, the driver and the front passenger seat. Excuse me, I got a little cold. So, see here? There you go, Bluetooth. Got Bluetooth, I said Bluetooth, I'm so sorry. I meant Blu-ray. I always sometimes just mix those two up. I meant Blu-ray. So a Blu-ray disc drive, put a Blu-ray in there. I'm sure you all are familiar with Blu-ray. It's a step above DVD. You know, HD quality home video digital disc for watching videos, movies, whatever. So you put your Blu-ray in this Blu-ray drive, and automatically it'll start playing the movie or video in the back, or you can control the settings up here, you know, the same way you would control the radio and everything else. So SRT apps, climate, navigation, you know, heated, let's see, heated seats. It has heated, just like with the Charger. Heated seats here, you can tap it there. Passengers heated seat controls are also up here, or you can control them back there. Heated steering wheel, same thing. It also has heated mirrors, because again, if you look there, you look at that symbol, it shows you that that symbol is the universal symbol for something being heated. So heated mirrors, heated steering wheel, heated chairs, front and rear chairs. The front chairs I know for sure are heated and cooled, obviously. I don't know if the passenger chairs are also cooled, but I know for sure they're heated. So, of course, you know, you saw this touch screen. Paddle shifters as usual. You know, it has the SRT logo. And I believe, I think with the Trackhawk, if I'm not mistaken, I think with the Trackhawk, it did, well, obviously it didn't say SRT. I think it just said Jeep. It didn't say Track. Yeah, so the SRT steering wheel for the Jeep SRT says SRT. The Trackhawk steering wheel, which is pretty much the same dimension, says Jeep right here, and then it says Trackhawk right here, if you all go back and look at that video. So, what else we got here? 8-speed automatic with this strange, you know, shifter. Again, launch, snow, track, eco mode. Gonna push eco mode on, see what happens. Well, nothing happens right now. I guess it'll happen once I were to drive it. So it has eco mode, and basically what eco mode does is that it does displacement on demand, where it shuts off 4 cylinders and lets you drive it with 4 cylinders on. So that's pretty cool. And stay tuned for a video coming soon where I'm going to compare the first gen SRT to second gen SRT, and possibly maybe all 3 different vehicles: the Trackhawk, the WK2 392 Jeep, as well as the 6.1 original first generation Grand Cherokee SRT8. So now we're going to get to our drive. Now we're going for our test drive in this 2014 Jeep SRT with the key right here. So again, we're going to do another remote start right quick. Hold it down 2 times. And I got the GoPro running. So I'm going to go ahead and get inside. Out here in Lake County. Today's Monday. This is the 30th. Tomorrow's the 1st of April 2020. And very quiet drive, has good road manners. Very normal when driving it under normal conditions. But of course, when you get a chance to step on it, you'll kind of get a chance to experience the performance, which I'm going to do when the light turns green. And it makes for a great family SUV. So for those who, are car enthusiasts, they like, a little bit of fun to go along with the ride, this is a good vehicle to have. Automatic driver and passenger windows. The rear aren't automatic, but it's still a quick tap. Very easy to let the windows up and down. Here's the odometer right here. It's different from the original generation, as I mentioned before. RPM is on this side. On the other side to your right will be heat, cool, fuel gauges. It shows you, where you're in drive, automatic, park, reverse. And that's an example of the 8-speed. It's very quick to shift. This vehicle is very heavy. It's a little bit over 5,000 pounds. It's not a light vehicle. It's about 500 pounds heavier than the first generation Jeep. So for something so heavy like this to move this quick, it's impressive. That 8-speed automatic. The new automatic transmissions, as I mentioned before, are better than manual transmission vehicles, or manual transmissions compared to, the older manual transmissions and older automatic transmissions. Back in the day, manuals used to be faster than old school automatics. But now with this new technology that they put in, these transmissions, the way the computers synchronize shifts, they're extremely quick, very quick, faster than a human can, shift gears. So again, automatic transmission cars, now especially with dual clutches, are going to be in some of the fastest gasoline-powered cars that you can get access to. Your supercars, hypercars. Automatic transmissions are now the fastest shifting transmission available. Even when people go to drag strips, some of the fastest cars are automatic cars. So that's just a new thing. Computers, are outperforming humans. It's not, it's good and bad. It's good because I guess it's more convenient, but it's bad because I guess eventually they're going to try to do away with manual transmission cars at some point. I hope that doesn't happen, but it might happen. Just like one day they might do away with, gasoline powered cars as, more and more technology is being developed towards electric cars, zero emission. I recommend you all check out Ziegler Nissan in Lindenhurst. It's also known as Gurney Ziegler, but it's right off of 45 and Grand Avenue. Special thanks to Alex for letting me check out this vehicle for this video. And I'm gonna let the window down so you also can maybe hear the exhaust and enjoy it. So the suspension on this vehicle is bouncy, as you'd expect from an SUV. It's not gonna be cushiony or nothing like that, so don't expect for you to have a luxury feel. I mean, it has a luxury feel to it as far as materials and how it looks, but as far as ride quality goes, it's an SUV. It's similar to a truck. It's gonna bounce everywhere. which I'm okay with it. Some people aren't, so don't expect a luxury ride quality. But again, the build quality and the feel is very luxurious. It's quiet. It's the windows and doors are thick. It's well insulated. Everything on the outside is pretty quiet. Doesn't make a lot of road noise, so that's appreciated. And again, it has pretty good road manners. It's not too wild. As you can see, I'm going 41 miles an hour, you know, sticking around the speed limit. And again, it's like some cars, they're too flashy. They're too, look at me. They're too, you know, it brings too much attention to the cars. You know, some sports cars and SUVs have just too much of a look at me factor. So if you're in this vehicle, as long as you don't push on it too much, then you shouldn't be getting stopped by cops. Really, you shouldn't be, unless you know, doing a little too much playing around, which from experience of having an older model version of this, when I drive past Mustangs, Camaros, certain BMWs like M3s, M5s, AMG cars, etc., even Hondas and stuff like that, you know, sometimes they want to race, sometimes they don't. But the difference is that when you're in a car like this, you won't be messed with by law enforcement, again, unless you've modified the exhaust or you're excessively speeding. Other than that, you know, you should be fine in this car, because it's I can't really say it's a sleeper. I mean, from a viewing standpoint, just looking at this for the first time, people who aren't car enthusiasts and don't know much about this car or this SUV would, you know, assume it's just a regular vehicle. But for those that know this, it's a sleeper. You know, it's that simple. So it looks like just a normal SUV. Well, there's a few design cues here that lets you know that this is nothing but normal, you know, with the exhaust arrangement, as well as some of those that know SRT know that this is a performance trim level vehicle. So the 8-speed actually helps improve gas mileage over the older SRT. So here you all go. And again, it's thanks to the 8-speed automatic. It's also thanks to that fuel saving technology that they have in here. You know, it's you know, newer technology in cars that comes out that slowly kind of makes the driving experience better. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. Now, what's the S for? I know D is for drive, but what's the S for? You know?
I guess technically like sport mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, same spot?
Yeah, I can park it if you want.
Yeah, cool.
If you want to just take a look around the outside.
Sure, that'd be appreciated. I'm gonna give it if you don't mind, one last thing. When I park it, can you give it one quick rev?
Yeah.
All right, cool, thanks. So again, you can see the interior here. You can see, again, that package in the back has the Blu-ray system built in. It's much appreciated. And you can see here's a quick rev. So there you go. That's it. And like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, U_P_E. And stay tuned for the next video coming up soon. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on